Hello, amazing humans. I'm Flic Manning, and it's time to expand our minds. Now, today I'm going to share with you my top 2 energy game changers. Now, I've said the word energy, and my guess is that some of you are already thinking about caffeine, you're thinking about sugar, and I'm not here to be the caffeine or sugar police, I promise you, because I love myself an English breakfast tea and definitely love to partake in a beautiful chocolate cookie. But those are not actually energy game changers. They are stimulants. And in fact, their purpose is to drain your energy. All they do is tell your brain and nervous system to use what resources you have really, really fast. So that's why you feel really, really amped up. But of course, then we drain and we have to repeat. So what I'm going to share with you today is these 2 top energy game changers, as I said, but these ones are focusing on actually sustaining, channeling, and using your energy in a way that's going to be good for your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. So it makes it sustainable. And at the end of the day, sustainable always wins. So I'm going to take these 2 exercises with you. One of them is going to be using your eyes. The other one is going to be using your hands. So depending on your dexterity or your capacity, depends on which one you might actually prefer to use. So whichever one works for you, you go for it. Now, I've designed these ones specifically to hack into systems that our brain and body are already using. So I'm pretty proficient at changing what's happening within my own nervous system as a result of having energy limiting health conditions. And that means that I've got a fair bit of expertise in this area so that I can continue to thrive. But I have used these techniques in corporate workshops, at keynote speeches. I use them with one-on-one clients, and really, no matter the background that the person has, these are extremely, extremely effective. They're free, they're sustainable, they're good for all aspects of your well-being. And of course, they're going to change the way that you feel because they are directly going to change your energy. So I'm going to take you through the exercises and then give you a little bit of an explanation as to why they work. And then I'm going to allow you, of course, to just go off and experiment and play with them and see how you feel about it. And I'd love to know, of course, in the comments, how you go with these exercises and how you've tried to apply them and what works for you, because that's really cool. I love engaging with you. So the first exercise we're going to do actually involves our hands. So a lot of you, when you are feeling a little bit strung out or even a little bit tired or overwhelmed in some way, even really excited, you'll move your body a lot. So often if you're a person that's been told to sit still because you fidget, the real reason why you fidget is because your nervous system is trying to find a way to regulate your energy. So it's trying to actually find a way to calm yourself while not making you sleepy. And so you'll move things like your hands, your fingers, you might jiggle your leg, all those kinds of things. This is your body actually doing its job really, really efficiently and trying to help you, as I said, to not burn through your energy, but actually channel it in a way that is good for your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. So you can get everything done you need to get done with the energy store that's already inside your body. So I'm going to teach you how to actually manipulate and hack into that system to use it to your benefit. So what's going to happen is, for starters, I'm going to show this to you with your hands up. You don't actually need to do it with your hands up, so don't worry, it's not going to actually look like you're surrendering or under arrest when you use this in real life, but it is a really, really handy one. So put the hands up just to learn. Now what's going to happen is you're going to bring your thumb and your index finger together. Then you're going to change to your middle finger, then ring, then your little finger. And you're just going to keep doing this in succession, one by one. Now, as you go, you can get faster and faster if you want to. And of course, when you're doing this in a real life scenario, you might want to actually do this where your hands are actually down in your lap. You can do this, sitting at a desk in a boardroom. You can do it with your hands by your side if you're presenting, for example, to an audience. So it's very, very applicable. Now, the reason why this particular activity works really well is because you're actually changing the way that your brain is functioning. And that changes the way that your nervous system functions, because the two are intrinsically linked together. So the brain, we've got these 2 different hemispheres, our left and our right. And obviously, we've got a whole bunch of different systems and areas in the brain that are operating at all times. When we feel very tired or stressed or overstimulated or overwhelmed in any way, in other words, any kind of extreme, our body activates the amygdala, which is like a central system. This is our threat system, or fight or flight, lots of different names for it. But essentially, it kicks in when our body perceives, or our nervous system perceives, that there could be something that we need to pay attention to. As a result, everything becomes very central and centered, and it stops using your left and right hemisphere properly. This means you're actually going to use way more of the resources in your body trying to keep your threat perception center, your amygdala, switched online. So by using an activity like this where we're using left and right hand, we are actually also using left and right brain. And when we do that, we are actually deactivating the amygdala, and we are telling the brain via the nervous system that there's nothing to be too stressed about. Let's regulate that energy. Let's calm everything down. And then we actually have that energy supply to use for anything that we want to do. So it's a really, really simple one. And as I said, super applicable. So all you got to think is doing this. Just get your fingers going. Now, for some of you, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I actually do this. I have my hands in my lap and I do this all the time. As I mentioned earlier, that is actually your nervous system doing its job. It is trying to help you to regulate all the time. So very often we are doing these physical maneuvers and we don't even know why we're doing them. It is very often our nervous system kicking in and doing its job. So now you can positively manipulate that by doing it any time that you are feeling that urge where you think, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, or I'm so stressed, or I'm so strung out, or whatever it is. If you feel the urge to go grab that cup of coffee, go grab that chocolate biscuit, whatever it is that you're doing, maybe try doing this exercise instead and just see how it actually affects you. Amazingly, you'll find that your breathing will slow down a little bit as well, and you'll become calmer. Now, calm does not mean sleepy in any way, shape, or form. That's a very common misconception. It just means that your energy levels out in a way that you can start to use. And if you're using left and right brain instead of central, it means that you're going to be able to operate very productively, have full cognitive control, think through things, make decisions, form memories, all that good stuff that you want to do, whether you're at home or at work. So that's a really fantastic and simple one. But if dexterity is a little bit of an issue for you, there's one that you can do that is actually just involving your eyes alone. And this is, again, hacking into the exact same concept and the same system. It's taking us out of the central and into left and right brain. And all you're going to do is lateral eye movement, and that means looking to the left and looking to the right. And you're doing that without actually moving your head or moving your body. You don't have to have your head up for this. You can actually have it tilted down if you want to. You can be in a laying position or sort of sitting back in a chair, as long as you're only moving the eyes from left to right. You don't have to do this particularly fast either. So it can be something along the lines of just a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, and you're just going to repeat that system. Now, the longer that you do that for, the more that your body is actually going to, again, slow the breathing, slow the heart rate. These are all signs that your nervous system is getting the message to send to the brain to say, we're okay, we don't need to stress about anything, we don't need to burn through that energy supply. We can instead channel it, regulate it, and change the game with our energy because we aren't burning through it. We aren't overstimulating it. We are down regulating. And that's really what we want to do a lot of the time with our nervous system, whether we're at home, maybe playing with the kids or doing a million chores, or whether we're at work in a board meeting, whatever it is, this is going to be really, really applicable and easy to use. So again, I'm just going to quickly run through both exercises again. So you've got your hand movement, which is bringing the fingers together in succession. Or you can just use your eyes left to right. Pretty amazing, right? Now, our brains and our bodies do these things anyway, or at least they try to suggest to us that we need to spend some time doing it. But very often we don't observe those things. We just think, oh, they're fidgeting. That person's fidgeting all the time. No, they're actually trying to regulate their energy. So by doing this very, very quickly for 60 seconds to 2 minutes, whenever you're feeling that urge to stimulate yourself, up your energy, go and have that cup of coffee, it's amazing how you can sustainably control what's going on inside your body. And that benefits you physically, mentally, and emotionally, which means it's good in all ways. Win, 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 a triple win. I mean, you really can't ask for more than that, right? So I think you're going to find these 2 exercises particularly helpful. So again, you can use your fingers, you can use your hands, whatever works for you. You can use both at the same time. And there's a lot more nervous system regulation exercises that I'm going to take you through on this channel. So make sure that you watch the videos. But I think you will find these a really good starting point to change your energy game. So thank you so much for joining me to hear all about these 2 awesome hacks and techniques. Like I said, leave me a comment, let me know how they've worked for you. And of course, feel free to like, subscribe, and share this as well. And of course, your final reminder that knowledge can only become your power by actually applying it. So get out there and do that. I look forward to joining you next time. Until then, I'm Flic Manning.